In a city draped in mist and muted lamplight, beneath a sky the color of slate, Milo lived alone on the third floor of a weathered brick building. At night, he painted at his little kitchen table, surrounded by cool shadows and the quiet hum of the city, rain softly ticking against the window, the distant echo of a train on its midnight route. Milo liked the silence, the way the blue streetlight through his curtains turned the clutter of his room into something gentle and mysterious. But sometimes, in the thickest quiet, he wondered if someone somewhere was waiting to be found. One rainy night, as chilly drops streaked down the glass and thunder rumbled behind the clouds, Milo heard it, a tiny metallic tinkle from the hallway. He paused, brush suspended in midair. The sound lingered like a whispered invitation beyond his door. Milo's heart skipped. For once, he felt the tug of curiosity, soft and insistent. He stood, hesitated, and then decided tonight he would follow the strange little sound into the shadows of the corridor. Milo slid quietly into the corridor, its floorboards creaking underfoot, the walls painted in moonlit stripes through slatted blinds. The strange sound repeated, a faint, silvery jangling, somewhere further down the hall. The building at night was an ocean of hush, except for the shadows stirring behind half-open doors. Milo's slippered feet padded along as he followed the sound, his heart a timid drum. At the hallway's far end, near a dust-moted window, he found a tiny, antique key lying beneath the flickering light of a brass wall lamp. It glimmered, delicate as a wishbone. As he crouched to pick it up, Milo noticed a line of softly glowing footprints, pale blue, almost invisible except in the shadow's angle, that led toward the grated metal staircase. The key felt warm, humming softly, as if eager to be used. He glanced behind, no one. The hallway waited, silent but expectant. Milo's curiosity deepened, and he took a slow breath, following those glowing prints down the stairs. With a tiny key held tight in his palm, Milo stepped through the cool gloom of the stairwell, the city's pulse a distant hush far below. The glowing footprints faded at the bottom step, but a new, quieter sound drifted in, something like a clock's ticking, gently woven with the patter of rain on the mailboxes. The lobby, once so familiar, now felt enchanted. He noticed the building's old lobby clock had stopped, its hands frozen at midnight. Beneath it, a dust-covered cabinet stood, its little brass lock shaped just like the key in his hand. Milo's breath shivered as he knelt to fit the key. The lock turned with a sigh. The drawer slid open, releasing a faint perfume of lavender and old wood. Inside, nestled a faded envelope sealed with violet wax imprinted with a swirl. The envelope bore his name in careful handwriting. Milo blinked, marveling. He hesitated only a moment before breaking the seal. Inside was a card in blue ink for the one who listens on rainy nights, find what waits beneath the missing lamp on the Willow Street Bridge. Milo's heart fluttered. Someone had left a gentle riddle for him. The damp city called, quiet and strange and full of secret possibility. Bundled in his softest coat and hat, Milo slipped out into the slick, shining city. Rain slicked the empty sidewalks and left every puddle shimmering with lamplight, painting the world in shifting ribbons of blue and gold. He passed empty bus stops and rows of parked cars, glistening like river stones. The Willow Street Bridge arched quietly over the sleepy canal, its iron rails slick with rain. Milo approached, breath misting, boots softly crunching on the wet grit. Above, one lamppost flickered, the bulb missing, its socket casting a strange cone of shadow on the bridge's middle. Milo's footsteps slowed as he arrived beneath the darkened lamp. There, tucked between two bridge planks, rested a small, rain-sprinkled box wrapped in twine. Milo's hands trembled with an unnamed emotion, something between anticipation and belonging. Even the city's hush seemed to lean in, listening. He knelt, untied the twine, and lifted the lid. Inside was a folded piece of midnight blue velvet, and, nested within, a tiny, hand-carved figure, a cat, painted with a crescent moon smile. Underneath lay a scrap of paper. Sometimes the smallest call is meant only for you. If you hear it, you are never alone. The city faded to a hush as Milo cradled the small carved cat, its crescent smile glowing softly even in the rain-washed darkness. The clouds above parted for a moment, letting a silvery shaft of moonlight slip through, turning the bridge into a stage of midnight blue and pure white. Milo held the cat against his heart. In that instant, he felt the gentle weight of someone's thoughtfulness, the magic of being known, if only for a night. The rain eased, replaced by the gentle mist that shrouded the city's sharp edges, softening all the silent buildings into gentle shapes. Milo closed his eyes. In that velvet dark hush, he felt something settling inside, a simple, certain warmth. He returned home slowly, the tiny gift safe in his pocket, the key and the card pressed close to his chest. Each street lamp seemed to burn a little warmer as he passed, shadows softening around his steps. Milo stepped quietly back into his apartment, the hush of pre-dawn falling around him like a soft quilt. The carved cat, perched by his bed, its moon smile bright even in the shadows. The little key rested on his nightstand, next to the empty envelope, as if guarding dreams. Milo changed into warm pajamas, wrapped a cozy blanket around himself, and curled up by the window. As the first pale gold of morning stretched across the misty city, Milo no longer felt alone or forgotten. Every gently ticking raindroplet, every flicker in the lamplight outside, felt like an old friend's hand on his shoulder. He drifted into sleep, a smile lingering on his lips, the memory of his quiet journey weaving with his dreams. Outside, the city woke slowly, its mysteries and wonders waiting for the next gentle heart to answer their call.